Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. And this is another opportunity for learning for all of us. My dear lovely audience, thank you for joining with us right now. And please stay with us till the end. So today, once again, I'm your host Nasreen from Bangladesh for the night. Okay, so dear audience, I'm proud to be associated with IGP as a global member, and I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals webinar. So thank you all for joining in this marvelous moment, and please share this webinar in your timeline, Facebook groups, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can also tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. I'm sure you all will have many takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. So don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends. Dear audience, so let's start. Let's watch together and grow together. Because we believe that power is sharing by knowledge, not holding it. So, once again, I'm Nasreen, member in IGP. Welcome you all. So, let's start the program with IGP's mantra, that is feed your skills. Okay, every day we have many participants. We all know that who join from different places, different time zones. So for them, let me give a little concept about IGP. Institution of Global Professionals serves students and community resource, providing holistic and social work and education for create a profession generation. IGP is an online IGP leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. And we make it get available to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personality, more ambitious, make confident to face any circumstance, and develop own skills. We are entrusted with international recognition. IGP is an educational institution providing social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We organize our webinar, training, online, offline courses, etc. by best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create best learning platform for all of you. And our mission is to empower people and enhance. So we have successfully completed our 567 webinar, and this is our 568 number webinar, and the topic is financial planning 101. So once again, I'm welcoming you in our webinar. Please give a react and comment in our comment box. And don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends also. You can also give a thumbs up to our Facebook official page and subscribe our YouTube channel. So, dear audience, today we have honorable speakers from Philippines, and let's welcome our venerable speaker, Sir George
Okay,
Castro Cabo.
so
Welcome, sir.
thank you so much, ma'am. So bright evening and wonderful evening to all of us here. So ALCO IGP, Institute of Global Professionals. So bright evening. So actually, I am very excited to share to you learnings and ideas about the Financial Planning 101. Actually, at first, I was hesitant to say yes to the invitation to be your resource speaker because I am just nervous. However, what matter most is the opportunity to share something valuable to all of our participants. So once again, thank you so much, Institute of Global Professionals, for inviting me to be your resource speaker for this evening session. Okay, so can I share my presentation, ma'am?
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
We are eagerly waiting for your presentation.
Okay, so bright evening and wonderful evening, everyone. So I am here to share to you about the Financial Planning 101 or the basics of financial planning for individuals. So again, I am Zor Castro E. Cabello and I will be your first speaker for this evening. So but first, let me introduce to you about myself. So my colleagues and friends called me Zoren or Sir Soren. And I'm a college instructor in a state university here in the Philippines for almost 10 years. Actually, just to share with you, I started teaching at the early age of 19 years old and I really enjoying it. Aside from that, I am also a licensed financial advisor of a life insurance company, also here in the Philippines, for more than 3 years. And with that, I can consider myself as a financial educator because one of my advocacy is to provide financial literacy to everyone through financial education because I really wanted to help all of you to prepare for your goals in the future. But before I proceed to my talk this evening, let me share to you a quotation from Leo Rosten. According to him, money can't buy happiness, but neither can poverty. So we all know that there are things that money can't buy, especially happiness. But I really wanted to share to everyone that poverty cannot buy anything in this world. Everyone to be prepared financially. And this will be the focus of my topics this evening. As to the learning objectives, so participants, so our audience all over the world who are currently online should be able to know about the following. So first, we have the definition of financial planning, the what is financial goal, the road to financial freedom, and to be specific, how to build emergency funds, payment of debts, wealth protection, wealth accumulation, wealth transfer, and also the financial myths and facts. Okay, and to begin with, so what is financial planning? So before we proceed to the definition given by Franklin Templeton Investments in 2022, I just want to give emphasis to the word cloud indicated here in my slide. So financial planning is somewhat related to several definitions or terminologies. We have here investing, we also have here the salary, earnings, loan, budget, finance, control, cash, and so many other things. Because financial planning is a simple and typical word. However, it is not easy to implement or to execute. Because according to Franklin Templeton Investment, 2022 is a step-by-step approach to meet one's life goals. So meaning, it is really a process. It is not just a one step needed to be implemented, but a series of actions, a series of decisions. I know all of us here have our own respective life goals. There is a goal, but also there must be the what we call plan. So if you have a financial goal, we must also have the what we call financial plan. So what do we mean by this financial plan? Financial plan acts as a guide as you go through life's journey. It seems like a map. If the goal is our destination, then the financial plan is our roadmap on how we are going to arrive on our goal or destination. Essentially, it helps us to be in control of your income. In some cases, money control the people. But what is more applicable is we people control our money or our finances. And also, we need also to control our expenses, our investments, such that we can manage our money and achieve our goals. So that's the simple definition for financial planning. And to proceed with, so let's talk about financial goals. So as I mentioned earlier, so goal is our destination and plan is our roadmap. So meaning a goal without a plan is just a wish. So it is necessary for us to wish or to dream. However, we also need to have the what we call plan, because this plan will be the basis or the guidelines for our actions. So stop wishing, stop dreaming, but start planning and then acting, taking actions to achieve our goal. So regarding the financial goals, most or majority of the people, we only have the what we call financial freedom. This is one of our goal to achieve the financial freedom. As we can take a look on the image included in my slide. Anyway, I just want to have a disclaimer. So, not mine. However, the explanation is mine. And then at the same time, I would like to credit the owner of the images. Oh, so again, to achieve financial freedom, that's our goal or purpose when it comes to financial aspect. As we can take a look in the slide, there are two people relaxing, resting in a beach, or maybe they are not working because they are on a vacation. So that's the image of a financial freedom. Even though you are not working, even though you are in a vacation, you can still manage to pay your expenses. And later on, I will going to discuss to you how to achieve this kind of financial freedom. So to be specific, financial goals are like this. First one, we need to become debt free. We need to lessen, to eliminate, or maybe we can minimize our liabilities. We in the near future, we can purchase, we can acquire assets just because of our earnings or savings, not just because of loans, borrowings, or something like that. Another thing, so personally speaking, so as a father, I would like to provide my child the education or the best education that they deserve. So that's one of my goals as a father. Another thing, some of us or maybe all of us wanted to have a very beautiful and large house and a luxury car so that we can travel anytime, anywhere we want, and also we can have the comfort in what we call home or house of our own. Not just renting, but owning such kind of properties. And also, we are thinking on how to retire in the future. Because when we retire, we will not going to work anymore. However, so later on, I will going to discuss that when we retire, maybe our income will stop. But let me tell you this, expenses are forever. Even though our income will going to stop, but in that expenses are still here for us. So the question is, we need to prepare now for the future and so many others. So again, the financial goals of majority of us are to be debt free, to prepare for our child's education, to own cars and houses, to retire comfortably, and any other things like that. Okay, so that is the what we call the plan. If we have financial goals, so this is the plan we need to take. And let me share to you the what we call the road to financial freedom. If we want to arrive at the financial freedom, what roadmap, what route are we going to take? So I enumerated here the 5 steps in order to arrive in a financial freedom. First one, we need to learn on how to build emergency funds. Number two, we need to learn how to pay our debts. Also, we need to protect our wealth or assets. Number four, we need to know how to accumulate more wealth. And lastly, we need to be prepared how to transfer our wealth. Okay, so since this is a step, so this must be implemented in a chronological order. And let us discuss it one by one. Building emergency funds. So when we say emergency funds, those are the money that considered to be as savings. When savings converted into an emergency fund, it must be saved or set aside to cover job loss, unexpected car repairs, medical emergencies, and even home fixes. And anyway, just to share last 2015, the COVID pandemic started. And it really seems that it stops. And there are some productions in the or even businesses that stops as well. So during those time, I realized the importance of having an emergency fund because many people lost their job. But again, just like what I mentioned earlier, our income can stop. Our income is limited. But doesn't necessarily mean that when our income is stopped, expenses will stop also. So that's not the scenario. So without emergency funds, we cannot able to cope up with unexpected expenses that our family will be facing. And in terms of emergency fund, if you will going to ask me, how much is the applicable or advisable amount of your emergency fund. So it must be 3 to 6 times your monthly expenses. So if your family or if you're spending 10,000 pesos per month, so in your case, you need to prepare 30,000 to 60 pesos. And maybe some of you will be asking, why 3 to 6 times of your monthly expenses? Why not shorter or even longer than that? So the explanation for that is 3 to 6 times of expense. Example, job loss. If we have 3 to 6 times of our monthly expenses as emergency fund in case of job loss, so meaning even we are unemployed, we still have 3 to 6 months money to spend. And we believe that with that span 3 to 6 months, for sure, or majority of the unemployed can get another job or new job. And aside from that, our savings or our emergency fund must be put in the what we call, some of us or majority of Filipinos are having what we call piggy bank, or maybe we have certain wallet vault or something like that. Much better if you put it because what we call savings deposit interest. So our money is safe, and at the same time it can earn even though a little interest. Aside from that, it is safe when it comes to the theft, when it comes to any other disaster, because bank also or deposits are also insured with any other deposit insurance corporation. So in case of bankruptcy or something like that, we are still assured that our savings will be, or our deposit will be safe. Okay, so another thing. So the question is how to build emergency fund. Again, your savings attitude or your savings behavior can say something on how to control your finances. So there are 3 examples of saving behavior of 3 different individuals. So later on, you can notice which one are you. Behavior 1. So income less expense equals savings. So a person, so once a person receive the income, he will spend, he will buy groceries, he will pay tuition fees, he will pay utilities or electricity and water bills and etc. And what remains will be the savings. So that's the behavior number 1. Behavior number 2, so here, expenses comes before income. For example, I am going to earn my salary this coming 15th of the month. And I am expecting that I will be earning 20,000 pesos. So even though it is not yet coming, I am spending already. For example, I have my credit card, or I can tap my friends. I can ask them money, and I will promise them that I will going to give it back. So once my income arrive or came. So if behavior number 2 will be implemented, what will going to have is the what we call debt or liabilities. So comparing behavior 1 and behavior 2, I am I am against this second one. And then behavior 3, as you can notice, it is different in terms of color because it is, as financial advisor, this is the most advisable behavior that one can have. So after receiving our income, let us decide how much savings are we going to have. Some people are using the percentage technique. For example, 50, 30, 20. Once they receive their income, they will divide it. 50% of that will be used for the needs. 30% of that will be used for the wants. And 20% will be going to the savings. Some of us or some people also have the 50, 20, 20, 10. So 50% again for the needs, 20% for the wants, 20% for the savings, and 10% for the tithes. They are giving back to their churches, to their respective churches. And then if you are having difficulties to implement such kind of percentage, so you can start small. For example, 500 or 100 pesos if you are here from the Philippines, every payday. So it is a good start because everything big started small. So let us make it as a habit first. Okay, so after achieving our emergency fundings, so next is we must have to pay our debts or liabilities. So I have here the two most or common technique on how to lessen or maybe eliminate our debt or borrowings. The first one is the what we call consolidation. When we say consolidation, for example, we have borrowings or loans from several or different lending institutions. Maybe we can look for only one institution that can offer large amount of loans but with lower interest. So for example, we have borrowed money from A, B, and C. Whether is it it can be people, it can be lending institution or financial institution, and anyone. So maybe we can look for a single bank who can offer us the amount of loans, total amount of loans to the three lenders so that we can pay them all. So that's the consolidation. Another thing is the debt snowball method. So it is just like a snowball rolling as an example of an avalanche. So we need to pay debts in order of balance amount. So if we have several debts or borrowings, we can start with the smallest balance. Because when we pay that, so our lenders will be decreased. And in case if debts have the same balance, so we can look for the debt with higher interest rate first. And another thing, focus on paying off one balance at a time in order of smallest to largest while still making minimum payments on other debts. So some of us are thinking, I have so many loans or borrowings. What shall I do? So instead of thinking how to pay all of your loans, why not focus first on the smallest one? And if you have excess or extra money, then you can pay in installment basis for the other loans that you have. So that's how are we going to pay for our debts. Okay, so emergency funds, check. Payment of debts, check. So we are already debt free. So next is we need to protect our wealth or our assets. So when it comes to wealth protection, one term to be used for that is the what we call insurance. So as we can take a look in the on my slide, So this is your family and you are the provider of your family. And of course, maybe you or your partner, or maybe if you are the only breadwinner, you will be the one who is shouldering all of the expenses for your family, such as groceries, tuition fees and allowance, loan, credit card bills, electric, water or internet bill, house rent or mortgage, and medical expenses and others. So this is the question. What if you die without life insurance? So one thing is for sure. Your family will have a hard time to adjust on the lifestyle they are used to, because you are the provider, you are the breadwinner. So your income, the income of your family going to stop. But again, let me tell you this: income is limited, but expenses are forever. So with that, we really need to be protected. We really need to be insured, because if we die with life insurance, our family will be protected and they will also have reasonable time to adjust from our absence. So this is one of my most common line on my clients as an advisor. So insurance will never replace the people you love, but it can replace the income that is lost, or that was lost when your loved ones died. And as to the insurance coverage, there is a basic rule. Life insurance coverage must be at least 10 times of your annual income. So if you are earning 400,000 pesos per year, so it will be going to multiply by 10. So at least you need to have life insurance coverage of 4 million pesos. So just a while ago, if in terms of emergency funds, it must be 3 to 6 months. But in terms of insurance coverage, it must be at least 10 times or 10 years. So why 10 years? So because we really believe that in 10 years time frame, your family will going to cope up or to recover with our loss. They can still survive. Okay, so after we protect our wealth, let us try to accumulate our wealth. And here we have the what we call the active income and passive income. So both of the active and passive income has the ability to make money. However, the difference between them is that active income gives up a portion of your time in order to make money. And passive income earned as a result of effort come in the past without additional time spent. And to for you to understand it easier, so active income is we, so man at work. While passive income, we are letting our money work for us. Because why do we need to accumulate our money? If wealth protection is for insurance, wealth accumulation is for investments. Why do we need to invest? Why do we need to accumulate our money? Because we will not work forever. Again, my favorite statement: income is limited but expenses are forever. So we must accumulate our money while we are working so that we can take a rest and earn still, even we are taking, or even we are not working anymore. Okay, so another reason why we need to invest money, because of the what we call inflation. So inflation is the price in prices. So here in the Philippines, before we have the what we call 39ers. In some fast food chains, we can have our 39 pesos to buy So in 1999, we can buy drinks, burger, and fries. But in 2006, our 39 pesos can only buy drinks and burger. In 2013, it can be burger alone. So how about in 2033, it may be water, salt, and ketchup only. And so on and so forth. So that's how inflation affects us. Okay, so another one, investment. Again, wealth accumulation is about investment. So if you will going to ask me, so how to invest our money? So we have the different platforms available. We can invest in stock market, we can buy equities or shares, or maybe we can start our own business. There are so many rising business opportunities available for us. And also, if we can also put money on a mutual fund and others. Again, the goal of investment is to earn money or to earn more. And then after that, we have the what we call wealth transfer, because we all know that we are not immortal. Whether we like it or not, time will come that we will leave this world. And with that, how about our assets? How about our money? So for sure, we will going to transfer it to our loved ones. But believe it or not, there are conflict when we are not prepared for such kind of wealth transfer. And with that, we have what is called estate planning. In terms of the scenario after our funeral, so the wealth will be transferred to our, for example, to our partners or spouses or even to our children, so that we can have our trust, our will and testaments, so that it is proper distributed to them. And also, so since it is or these are an assets, it is also applicable or subjected for the different taxes. So when we are already prepared, when it is planning, we can also determine how to lessen such estate taxes so that more assets will be transferred to our loved ones. Okay, so again, those are the 5 steps in the road to financial freedom. Again, we have the building emergency funds, payment of debts, wealth protection, wealth accumulation, and wealth transfer. And now we are going to proceed with the final topic for tonight, the financial myths and tips. I prepared here, since we have 5 steps towards financial freedom, I also prepared the 5 financial myths, the 5 financial misconceptions about those financial roadmap that we have. Myth number 1, putting all your money in a bank savings account is good. So maybe most of us will have so or too much amount of money and put all of that into banks just to save. So savings is good. However, just like what I mentioned earlier, emergency funds is also limited to 3 to 6 times. It is not applicable to save more than that, because fact number 1, in most cases, inflation rate higher than the deposit rate. So if I were not mistaken, so our deposit rate is less than 1%. And you know what? The average inflation rate is 4%. So meaning, if we put all of our money in the bank, so every year, it will earn less than 1%. due to the deposit interest rate. However, the real value of that will be minus 4% due to the inflation rate. Okay, so myth number 2. It is okay to borrow money to reward myself. So that is very common to all of the people. Since I am working hard, so maybe I can treat myself. Maybe I can borrow money to my friends, to my colleagues, so that I can reward myself for my hard work. So that's myth number 2. Actually, it is not okay. Because fact number 2, this is what my advice to you. If we buy things we do not need, for sure, sooner or later, we will have to sell things we really need. Okay, myth number 3. So it has something to do with health protection. I am too young to start insurance plan for myself. I am a fresh graduate, for example. I do not have my own family. I do not have children. So why am I investing? Why am I start my insurance plan? So that is the fact number 3. No one knows when exactly are we going to die. Another thing, the younger you start, the cheaper the premium will be. You want to save more? So start insuring yourself as early as possible. Another thing, it is not only about the money in buying insurance because time is wealth. The earlier the better. And also, your health is a very a very much factor for that. Once you encounter illnesses, so you will find it hard to start insurance plan for yourself. So again, as early as young as you are, healthier, so much better to start it. Myth number 4. This has something to do with the wealth accumulation. So majority of the people are thinking investments are for rich people only. Since I am not rich, I am not capable to invest. So that's a big X. Because fact number 4, you can start investing small. There are several investment options suitable for every type of investors. Anyway, we have 3 types of investors. Boom. Those are the people who are afraid of risk. Number 2, the moderate one. So they can take risk. However, not too high. So just a tolerable risk. And number 3, the risk taker. So they really wanted to face such kind of risk because there is the what we call the risk return trade-off. So again, for every type of investors, there are suitable investment options for you. Okay, and then myth number 5. So it has something to do with the wealth transfer. Myth number 5 is we cannot bring money when we die. So that's a typical statement for some people. But this is our fact number 5. Expenses of our loved ones will remain even we are in heaven. So even after we die, so the expenses of our loved ones will so much better conclusion so that they can able to live. So that's our 5 financial myths and tips. So I hope that you learned something from those financial myths and tips. So I hope that I clarify certain misconceptions about financial aspect. And this is my final slides for tonight. So I want to share with you a quotation from Robert Kiyosaki. According to him, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Okay, so I hope the learning on this evening session will not only for the participants. I am hoping that these learnings can be shared to our colleagues, to our family, because just like COVID, learnings must be contagious. It must be infectious. So as a college instructor, I am always encouraging my students to share what you learn because this is what matter most. Once you learned, you implement it, you shared it, and that will be a never-ending process. Okay, so with that, again, I am Zor Castro E. Cabello. So I am giving free financial advice. So if you want to contact me, just send me an email through sorcastrocabello0227 @gmail.com, or you can search me on Facebook and Instagram. Just type Zoren Cabello and this is what my profile looks like. So there is a phrase stating that let us always be a blessing to others. Once again, thank you so much everyone and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing a valuable presentation with our participants, and thank you for encouraging us. And we will meet you again in our Q&A session. So till then, please stay with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, my dear lovely audience, get ready for our next session, that is quiz competition. And please don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in our comment box. So, get ready for our next session and enjoy this short video. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to our quiz competition session. And please join and hurry up. So, right now we have, I can see 21 participants who join with us. Okay, 22 participants. So please join our quiz competition session. You can browse Chrome and type www.slido.com and give the code that is IGP quiz. And you can also scan the QR code that is flashed on our screen. And please give your full name because that will be printed in our quiz completion certificate. So, my dear lovely audience, hurry up. We are waiting to start it. Dear audience, we are still waiting for your joining. And right now we have 30 participants who joined with us. You can see the joining link also in our comments. Right now we have 36 participants who join with us and we will start it within a minute. So everyone get ready for it. Right now 37 participants will join with us. This is a very highlighting part of our program and this is a very fun. So don't miss it. Join with us. Hurry up. So let's start it. Dear audience, we are still waiting for our new participants. So please mention your friends in our comment box and we are waiting for our all of the knowledge seeker who wants to participate here. Okay, this is question number 7, and now it's question number 8. So this is the last question number 9. Okay, the last question. Slide is going too fast, so we cannot read the leaderboard's name. And the last question. Okay, so okay, here is our winner's name. The top 5. Slido, please show the other winner's name. So congratulations to our top 10 winners, and thank you for having your patience, because there's a little bit problem was seems, so that's why I was quiet. And now we have our winner's name, and we will, okay, so congratulations again to our top 10 winners, and so we will post the certificates, winner certificates, in our Facebook official page. So please collect from our Facebook official page after the program, after 15 minutes or within 15 minutes. So everyone, please be ready for our next session in QA with our honorable speaker. And dear knowledge seeker, get ready with your question to ask our honorable speakers in our comment box. So don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in our comment box. Get ready, everyone. Welcome once again, sir, in our Q&A session. So, dear audience, please put your question in our comment box, and we are waiting for your question. My dear lovely audience, we are still waiting for your question. So, please write down your question in our comment box.
Okay, so to all of our audience, so please feel free to ask a question. So I am happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you.
Okay, we have our first question from Elias Alfredo Della. Kindly give us practical tips how to apply to what Warren Buffett said. If you cannot find the wise how to earn money while you sleep, you will work and hard until you die.
Okay, yan. So thank you so much, Sir Elias, for your question. Actually, I am a fan of Sir Warren Buffett, and I am familiar with that statement. If you cannot find the ways how to earn money while you sleep, you will work hard until you die. So I can share to you what I discussed earlier about the what we call the passive income. When you say passive income, it means we are letting our money work for us. So and it has something to do with the what we call investments. So we have several investment options. So actually even online there are so many investment platforms that we can have. So here in the Philippines, we have the online investment platform even using our cell phone. So we can invest in cryptocurrencies, we can invest in equities or dash different to we can able to buy shares or stocks of several companies in mutual funds and something like that. And but make sure that only invest the money you can afford to lose. Kasi because investment always have the what we call risk. Again, so my advice is before getting to the investments, so determine what kind or what type of investors are you. If you're a risk taker, then go for the investments who are having the higher risk because the return will also higher as well. So again, in simple words, we can we can make our money work for us through the what we call passive income or investments.
Thank you, sir. So our next question from Alan who brought us. If I really have a very tight budget, how can I budget the money in a monthly basis?
Okay, so thank you so much for your question, Sir Alan. So again, budgeting is for everyone, regardless of the amount of money or the amount of income that you have. So I can advise to you the what we call the percentage method. So right after you receive your income, you can have or you can divide it. For example, the 30 and 20 basis. 50% of that will goes to your needs. Only 30% of that will go to your savings or to your wants rather. And 20% of that will go to your savings. So kindly apply the income less saving expenses. So and again, if the percentage method is very difficult for you, again you can start small. So even minimum saving every month or every payday will be a small amount once consolidated right after your year. So a typical practice for some people, so they have the what we call the New Year's resolution. So right after the beginning of the year, they are saving even little amount now. But after the end of the year, that habits became a valuable one. So start small. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So, again, we have a question from Elias. How can we avoid being a victim of investment scam nowadays?
Okay, yan. So thank you so much, Sir Elias. So very timely question because now in the modern days, the what we call the internet. So introducing the internet or the modern technology, everything becomes fast. But on the other hand, when we are looking on the darker side of that, scams or crimes are also became faster just because of the technology. So my advice is let's have a legitimacy checking or let's have the what we call let's check to the proper authority if the company are listed. And also, if we are using our social media platform or even on our cellular phone, text messaging, kindly avoid clicking the different links, the different strange links that we are reading because that became a gateway for the scams to hack our account or to get something from us. And also, kindly kindly involve ourselves in so many or in some experts. So there are so many friendly financial experts or maybe we have so many we have friends out there who are willing to share something or some advices to us with that. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, our next question is from Ma'am Charina Ruchi. Thank you for sharing about Financial 101. Should I be worried if the value of my insurance investment slashed by 1 or 3 already from the time I placed my investment to date?
Okay, so thank you so much for your question, Miss Cherry. Actually, we have so many different types of insurance. So one of that is the what we call the insurance with investments. So your question is you are worried or should you be worried if the fund value is the investment portion, was slashed by one third. Actually, insurance with investment is for long term. The long term goals that we have. And since we are or we encountered the what we call pandemic crisis. So most of the value of the investment, particularly the stock market, goes down already. And if your investment was linked to the stock market, since we are now coping up with the effect of the pandemic and we are recovering from that, so for sure, sooner or later, the fund value or the amount of your insurance with investment will go up again. So my advice is always patience is the key. So always keep your insurance policy in force because that's the that's one of the most important part of that product, insurance. And then the investment is just an add-ons for that. So no need to worry about. So just be patient. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, we have. I think I skipped a question from Sir Elias again. How can we teach to our private students the value of saving money?
Okay. So once again, thank you so much, Sir Elias. So as I introduced myself earlier, I am a college instructor, and as an instructor or so that is one of my advocacy. I do believe that when we started to young individuals, just like our students, so we really believe that they are our future. So in your question, how are we going to teach that? So first is so during their elementary or during their primary schools, so they must subject about financial literacy. So, for example, if the parents are giving them allowances, so they can or we can encourage them to set aside some portion of their allowances every day. And then after that, maybe around on a monthly basis, let's consolidate daily savings. And maybe we can, if we can accumulate much money, we can buy them a reward so that they can be learned that if they save, they can able to have a reward or they can able to purchase something they want. So that's a good idea. At the primary or the elementary levels, we can start to teach them how to save money. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So we are taking the last question from our comment box, and it's from again Sir Elias. So many questions. So the question is, kindly give us three best business which we can earn passive income.
Okay, yan. So once again, thanks so much, Sir Elias, for your participation. So in terms of passive income, so one of the most common example of businesses that I can give to you, just I discussed earlier, is the what we call the stock market. So we can have our stock market or we can buy shares or stocks through our stock market. So for example, there are lots of companies out there performing better or performing with improvements. So we can place money so that once they improve their performance, our money will accumulate as well. Another thing, this is safer than the stock market, what we call the mutual funds. Because mutual funds is a pool of investments. It is not only limited to a certain or single performance of a single company, but a collection of the performance of companies. So there is the what we call diversification. So lesser risk, however, in compared to the stock market, lesser what do we call this? Lesser return as well. And then another thing, so in terms of your on the one of the businesses when it comes to the passive income is the cryptocurrency. So again, however, let me remind everyone that cryptocurrency is only for the risk taker because there is so much risk. If it is risky or if it's riskier or what do we call that? If stock market is risky, then cryptocurrency is riskier than that. But again, we can we can invest it, or we can invest to those platforms even using our cell phones, laptops, so online. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge with our participants. And we are very honored to have you here, sir. So please uh, say some last words for our participants.
Okay, so again, so thank you so much to all of our participants who patiently joined our session this evening. And also once again, I would like to thank and to congratulate the Institute of Global Professionals. You know what? I am a a participant, or I am an avid participant for all of the webinars or webinar sessions you are conducted, and it is truly an honor. It is truly a privilege for me to be invited as one of your resource speakers. And maybe my final words to our participants is, again, income is limited, but expenses are forever. So let us manage our expenses. Let us always live today, but let us prepare for our future. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. It is my pleasure to be with you, and God bless. Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day. So, dear participants, we are not given any webinar code today because still our tech team is working with to resolve our website problem. So it will be resolved within 2 days. We are hoping. So please keep patience and stay with IGP. And thanks again for your participation in our every session. Thank you again. And it's for our quiz winners. You'll get your certificates from our official Facebook page. Already it is posted there. So thank you once again, everyone. And I'm inviting you all in our next webinar. So don't forget to join with us and don't miss it because we will learn so many things from our next webinar. So till then, stay happy, stay healthy wherever you are, and please take care of your health because it is very important for all of us to take care of ourselves first. So till then, have a great day to all of you. I'm Nasreen from Bangladesh, member of IGP. So I'm signing off right now.